See ya! And so you see, that mischievous little Mian made a teensy little mistake. When she said that we don't charge for overnight commissions, what she meant to say is that actually, we do. In fact, that's an understatement. We charge out the wazoo for overnight commissions.
Yeah, I know all about the overnight policies. It's just that Mian said she thought she could get us a discount.
Yes, well, she's been overruled. Sorry, old pal, but if we made an exception for you, we'd...
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want to shortchange the good folks over at the Commerce Guild.
That's what I love about you, Owen. Always so perfectly punctual with your...
Oh, hey! You've come at just the right time. So, the wildest thing happened. Grace had a little spat with the oven. Don't worry. Everyone's fine. And luckily, Mian was available to help out with damage control. So that's all well and good. My issue now is that the night the kitchen exploded, Grace insisted she'd take a pay cut until all the repairs were paid for, and she wouldn't take no for an answer. But now without Mian's discount, I just can't let Grace foot the bill. I paid Yen already. It's water under the bridge in my mind. All right, so here's where you come in. As a builder, you can just convince her that the repairs aren't that expensive. Then she won't feel so bad, and maybe all right. But let's not be too hasty now. We need to be prepared if we're really gonna change Grace's mind. She really has a way of turning things around on. Here's the deal. Whatever she asks you, just follow my lead. Capiche? Don't let her throw you off your game. Stick to the plan. Guess we're as ready as we're ever gonna be. Let's go track down Grace.
I just need to put in a bit of salt. Thanks, boss.
Seems someone hasn't quite learned their lesson, but...
Oh, hey! And you're still on about that, Owen? That was a terrible mess, and I'm completely to blame.
Hey, come on, Grace. It's no biggie. And anyway, everything is taken care of now. And it hardly cost me a dime. Don't believe me? Just ask for a second opinion here.
All right, I'll bite. You plan to tell me the truth now, don't you? Let's begin. What is your name?
Huh? Where are you going with this one?
I have my reasons. Your name, please? Okay, next question. Next, where are you from originally?
Highwind. Nice weather this time of year, yes? Very windy, I've heard.
That'll do. Now I know what you look like when you're deciding whether or not to answer truthfully. Next, I'll be asking what I really want to know. And don't even think about bending the truth to help Owen change my mind. Got it? Now, Builder, tell me, how much did it cost to renovate the Blue Moon kitchen?
You know, more than a few glasses of milk, but less than a herd of Yakmel. Grace, it's fine. I wish you'd just forget about all this. Yep, just like I said.
I see. Next, the events in question occurred 2 days prior, and on the second day, when I came to work, the kitchen was already as good as new.
Something here doesn't add up. Don't tell me you builders are dabbling in magic. Explain.
What's your angle, Grace? The two new builders in town are both riled up and full of vinegar. You're just used to old Mason and his whiny ways. Nothing unusual here.
I see. Next question. Regardless, Owen must have had to pay me on for working overnight. Tell me how much that would have been.
Well, be that as it may, a kind lady that she is, Mian gave me a discount. The difference in the bill was so small, I almost forgot about it.
Okay, next question.
Grace. Enough with the third degree. There's...
Boss, you sure have a lot to say for someone who says there's nothing to say. Why do you always butt in whenever I ask a question, huh?
Cahoots? I mean, what even is a cahoot, really?
If something like this happened in the Commerce Guild, would your boss, Yen, handle it like Owen? Which is to say, would he insist on paying the damages out of his own pocket?
Well, you never know. Remember when you first got to Sandrock and Yen was there waiting with open arms? Why, he must have walked over 12 steps from his desk to...
What happened to Zip It?
I did say that. Those are words said by me.
Bet you two think you're pretty slick, huh? Owen, it couldn't be more obvious. You did put up to this little charade. However...
All right. That's the ticket. Oh, whew. Now we can finally move on from this.
Owen, I must say, your dedication to your employees makes you not just the owner here, but an inspiring leader as well.
Aw, shucks. Well, I think we wouldn't be seeing eye to eye if not for the builder here. You might even say we have an unspoken bond. Here, take this for your troubles. Call it a consultation fee.
Yes, thank you for helping us resolve this. I'm in your debt.
No. No debts. That's the whole point of all this. All right, let's get back to it. Catch you, builder.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome, one and all, to the world-famous Sandrock's own running of the Yakmels. Shout out to City Hall for inviting me here today. Now, I'll bet some of you are wondering, why the heck do we all get together every year to try to bump Yakmels into each other anyhow? It is with great esteem that I shall now honor an age-old tradition and regale y'all with the tale that started it all, the Shonash Clash. Many years ago, the great-grandparents of our very own ranch couple, Cooper and Mabel, were traveling yak-back through the Eufaula, delivering various supplies up and down to the earliest settlers, long before the railways were ever built. Back then, the only road was through a narrow part of the North Shonash Canyon, and one day these two yak boys were passing through from both ends at the same time. They ran into each other halfway through, their carts in tow, each blocking the other's path. One called out, "You back out so I can get through!" And the other replied, "No, you back out so I can get through. I'm more than halfway through the pass. You back out." "No, you ain't. That's 1/3 and a quarter at best. You back out." This back and forth went on for hours, and pretty soon other travelers showed up and were understandably peeved at the situation. Funny thing about it all is this narrowest part of the pass was no more than 30 meters long. They could have all been out there in a couple of minutes. But no, both of those fellas were too stubborn to back down. Soon enough, push came to shove. Literally. Other folks on Yakback started bumping into our two antagonists, front and back, till it was just bumper yak bedlam. In the craziness of it all, carts were knocked over, packs were cut open, food and other supplies were getting tossed all out on the ground. Before too long, everyone came to their senses. One person started to laugh, then another, and pretty soon they were all tumbling off their mounts, howling over the absurdity of it all. Here, I'm afraid, is where it gets dark. When they all looked around, they noticed that the two fellas who started this whole debacle were both dead as doornails. Both of them with their hands wrung out around each other's neck. In all the chaos, it seemed those two boys really never had let their bad blood quit boiling. The rest of them folks, they all picked up their supplies. It had gotten late. They camped out there at the pass and cooked up all the food that had fallen off the mule yaks and carts and such, conversing all about what had happened. Word spread and, well, here we are, all these years later, still commemorating the event. So all y'all, I invite you to partake in the festivities. Hop on a Yakmel, bump into your best friend, and try not to take it too personal. With all that being said, I hereby declare the Sandrock annual running of the Yakmel Festival begun!